came up to this cave back in 2020, and the entrance to the cave was so hot we couldn't even go to the entrance of the cave because it was blowing steam out.
This particular cave, the first time I entered it, and being probably the first person to walk down the passage that we came down to get here, and just immediately being surrounded by a forest of these lavasicles and both the stalactites and stalagmites, so coming down from the cave ceiling and piled up on the cave floor. And I just never seen anything like that before, and I've been in a lot of lava caves.
And what's really special about that cave is that it's got a tremendous amount of helictites and dribble spires. I measured another one that was over a meter long. There's only one other cave known in the world that has one helictite is known to be more than a meter long. So having a profusion of helictites that are that long is quite astounding. And there's a place also where a helictite joins into a dribble spire and they connect together. I'd never seen that before.
Okay, let's go.
With the helicopter pilot at his hangar at about 6:40 this morning, and we're in the air before 7. Quite a contrast there as you're coming in, but you're passing the green, the forest, and all of a sudden you hit the Pahoehoe lava flows, and it's just quite this contrast there. We came around right near Pu'u'o'o crater. "2018 was the last time that lava flow was active, so we landed right near the cave entrance.
So I'm Diana Northam. I've actually been going in caves since 1966. My field of expertise is geomicrobiology, so how microbes interact with rocks. The goal of today is to explore the walls, looking for the best potential for microbes that have started to inhabit this brand new cave. Who's taking advantage of the various sulfur, maybe nitrogen, iron compounds that are in here that they might be able to get energy from? we could sample and not do an obvious visual damage. One of the unusual things in lava caves is occasionally we see these beautiful blue oozy formation things. So we looked at a sample from Hawaii in one of the other caves and found that it was just chock full of microorganisms. So that's our goal today, is to see if we can capture a small sample and be able to use that sample to pull DNA out of it, sequence that DNA, which will tell us who's home, and to also put a really small piece in a scanning electron microscope, which allows us to magnify it thousands of times so that we can actually see the microorganisms and see what they look like. That worked well.
DNA is 2672. Those were the detailed ones, so the 2672 and 2673.
The great reason to come in a cave like this with a colleague like Lindsay, who does the mineralogy, is I do the microbes, but because microbes eat or make minerals, I need to know more about the minerals. So she can look at the mineral and tell me, well, that's probably a blah, blah, blah. And I can go, well, that might be a good candidate for dinner for my microbes.
And I don't know much about what bugs eat, so.
Well, tell me if there are any really good juicy iron or manganese or sulfur. And in fact, in some of the lava caves I've been in, they actually appear to be able to utilize vanadium or other things that you would never sort of think of being on the dinner plate. I think we got some really good samples, and I'm pretty limited in what I can take. Okay, good motivation to get moving. I recently did a grant with a group of NASA scientists to look at lava caves as what are called analogs. So a place on Earth to look for how we will recognize life if we find it when we go explore on Mars or other extraterrestrial bodies. To look in an environment like this, more of a better analog for what life might be like on, say, Mars. We want to know, how do we recognize either life on another planet or the remains of it? And the remains are something we call biosignatures. You can look at this kind of deposit and say, that's a really good biosignature. When I see this kind of mineral deposit, is that indicative of life?